Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Obviously, what I have in front of you guys isn't Rich Rain or Ember Knights. It's actually something completely different from most video games and whatnot like that. Also, on top of that, sorry for the long wait until I return. This stuff kept coming up. Life happens. I don't know if I will make this into a series or not, but to get right into it, a while back I was trying to plan for a D&D campaign. I had an upcoming session a couple days down the road, and to get some inspiration, I thought, okay, I'll go online, go onto YouTube, and look up other people's homebrew D&D worlds and their lore. And I found not many people had their own lore and worlds kind of put out there for the public. So, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing here today. So, right up in front of me, I have one of the three paid, three shadow crits, which are 16 sections to the map that are made. The third one isn't digitalized yet, so I won't show off that today, but I'm going to just kind of do like a quick little walkthrough and a bit of somewhat of a lore dump of how everything all started, and kind of take a quick tour through my ward. So to start with, I will do a bit of a kind of prelude to the ward, kind of like the origin story, if you will. In the pre-ward, the Lord of Alistan was merely mostly water, with only a few small islands dotted about alongside a single mountain dead in the center, known as the Ward's Point. For countless ages, this lifeless planet lied barren, void of change and alteration, till one day, an asteroid hit this giant mountain, crashing into it, knocking all this rock off of this mountain, settling into these giant islands, some of which are the islands you see here right now, creating the world that we know today. It's unknown on if life or anything existed before that asteroid, and many believe that asteroid even brought some life with it, but that's just speculation. What we do know is that this asteroid created all these islands, and that created like the land that we know now. And just over this way to the east, we have actually where the world point is just one panel this way, so the next over shadow crit. The way the shadow crits are kind of lined out is right here. I know it's not very professional with a Google Docs here, but right through here we have the names of all the shadow crits, and as you can see, I have a few shadow crits already kind of panned out, if you will. So the Doppelganger shadow crit, which is the one you guys see right here. This is the first section I've ever made, and the first map I've ever made. About 5 or so years ago when I first started D&D as a DM. I played a little bit beforehand, but next up, right beneath it, so just down here, we have the Kenku shadow crit. You can kind of see like a little dip right there, lines up right around here. Not perfect, but if you were to like actually compare it, it's meant to be kind of fit in right up in there in purple. Sorry for the stuttering on top of a lot of like coughing or anything like that. If that happens throughout the video, I'm gonna try to pause the recording if that happens, but I am still a bit under the weather right now, so if I do seem a little bit off or anything like that, that might be part of the reason why. But so now that you know the start of the world, I'm gonna kind of put in some handwork to get to the point of the world that we are in now, that my current players that I'm wanting to campaign in are getting up to. And once I get up to that, that'll probably be where I end today. If I do other videos, I'll probably do like some of the lore for like certain cities like Helm over here, or like Dreadworks over here, and so on and so forth. But or maybe even talk about like this sort of credit, or if I get the other section of the map that I've already made out, this one, then I might touch on that one a little bit more. But most of the lore is gonna have to deal with the doppelganger settlement itself. So to kind of set the stage of this campaign that I'm in now, we kind of have to go back to the Age of the Undying Lich, properly named after the Den of the Undying Lich, which is where the Lich used to live and believed to still be. It's unknown if the Lich is still there, but probably about close to 450, maybe even 500 years ago, right around there was a great wave of evil, if you will, a great kind of push of evil, where seven minions of the Undying Lich were sent out to kind of wreak havoc upon the land, and they came down right through here, came all the way through here, and started their adventure in the city of Helm, the drinking city of Helm, also known as the last stand before the great, Badlands. That I don't know why I forgot the name for that, but so once they hit Helm, he kind of pushed back Helm and went to Lilith, as well as I can never pronounce the city, even though it's my own city, Philantho, as well as a once great city right about here that got completely destroyed, completely ran over, burnt to the ground, and never really built back up. And half the group, half the Undying Seventh, went up past Lilith, while the other one went up and around to attack Lycan from two sides. And it was here that the Great Seven of Eldion, the city of Seven Wars, were sent out to rival the Evil Seven of the Undying Lich. These 14 characters had a great battle all throughout the lands of Eldion with tons of minions from the Lich's army, most of which undead, of course, as well as countless soldiers of different races ranging from elves to humans to half-elves to dwarves, dragonborns, halflings, Kenku even, Goliaths, you name it. As the two armies rivaled each other, they eventually managed to, the Kingdom of Eldion eventually managed to reign triumph with its defensive stronghold, pushing back the army of the Undying Lich to the point where their threat was no longer looming over this world. But as the centuries passed on, fear that the Lich might reappear has slowly been growing up and again. Nobody's really seen the Lich or heard anything of it. Even during that wave, the Lich never showed its face. So, now that you guys kind of know all that, we're going to kind of shoot over here to Bronzehorn, where I have my third map. So, in Bronzehorn, we have the industrial heart of the world. With Eldion, that's kind of like the capital of this Shadowcrit. They're kind of known as the defensive stronghold of this world. Bronzehorn, on the other hand, is the city of Gears. So whereas Eldion is the city of seven of the defensive city of Seven Mars, we have Bronzehorn, which is the city of Gears. They're known that for all the machinery that they make. Most other cities aren't going to have any kind of like machines or any kind of technologically advanced structures or things like that. Whereas Bronzehorns, they make these giant machines. Geez, my throat is not being very nice to me right now, but they make these giant machines up here in the heart of Bronzehorn using supplies from the clay and brick, metal, and lumber districts to kind of fuse it all together, make these giant machines, and send them out to help other bigger cities like Eldion, as well as other cities throughout the world. But on top of that, they also have a lot of farmland that they use within the city, right around here, as well as a pretty big leatherwork district, which is a little bit more akin to Bronzehorn's origin stories. The way Bronzehorn started is at the start of Bronzehorn. It used to be called Riverbend, but after a couple years, I believe it was 3 years. I'm not entirely certain off the top of my head, but after a few years of settlers sitting there and residing there, they're right there. They started to have problems getting water to come to their city. Their irrigation wasn't really the finest, and they were really struggling with rainwater. And so, one day, these merchants came by, these set of adventurers, and they asked the townfolk if they had any metal that they could use to help their wagon, for their wagon wheel has broke and they needed some iron to fix it. The townfolk unfortunately did not have any, but they knew of a nearby cave, specifically this one right here. And it's because they found this cave that they were able to create this resource called steel. You see, the townfolk didn't really know much about iron, let alone steel, but these adventurers heard tales from the dwarves in the mountains right over here, and Sholando, where they could mix iron and coal to create steel. With this, they combined that with the bronze that they found in the other mine right over here, and helped to not only fix their wagon, but in return as payment, they taught the settlers how to utilize this stuff. And it's this act of kindness and trade that got the settlers really started working up and creating what we now know as Bronzehorn. Very, so to say, well-oiled machine of a city, where everything kind of has a purpose. And after just 5 or so years of working on this great project, they already managed to go from having no kind of like mining or industrial type power to already being one of the leading cities in bronze or in bronze excavation, as well as starting to create their own inventions. And it's after these 5 years that the Avengers actually managed to come back after having crafted 10 bronze horns, and it's because of this event that they've renamed the city of Riverbend to Bronzehorn in order to celebrate the founding, not only the founding of the trade deal between the city and the traveling merchants and adventurers, but also to mark their change and evolution throughout their city and becoming a more industrial city. Now fast forward to I seem to have forgotten to put how many years have passed since then, but a good number, a couple, like 1400 years roughly. Now we have Bronzehorn as it is today, and right now the current population of Bronzehorn, it used to be only around like a couple hundred, like 300 or 400. Now, in today's day and age, it is 43,000 people living in Bronzehorn currently. most of the people living there are pretty high to mid class folk. With the common races being humans, dwarves, wolfforges, Valkan, gnomes, dragonborns, and lizardfolk. But many races still reside here outside of those numbers, and it's still a very well diverse city. Um, on top of that, obviously they export a lot of machinery, but in terms of what they utilize from the nearby city, they actually get a lot of glass from the city of Midcliff just beneath, as well as get a lot of world favors through the city of Eldion with the other grand nations of the world in different settlements. Um, and I think for now that's going to be the start of today's episode, or today's video. Like I said, I will probably come back another time and make like a second video, like a follow-up to this. I'm not certain. Sorry for me being a little under the weather still. Hopefully next video I'm a little bit better. But like I said, I think that's gonna be it for today's episode. And I hope that you guys all enjoyed. And have a nice one. Adios.